and your fellow patrons. Texting, taking pictures, and making video or audio recordings are not allowed. Also, please take time to identify the nearest exit should you need to leave the theater. I want to give special recognition to our wonderful volunteer ushers and concessionaires. In addition, I'd like to thank the Gallo Center's generous sponsors and donors. Their contributions fill in the gap to ensure we're able to provide entertainment that enriches the quality of life in our community. Once again, thank you for supporting your nonprofit Gallo Center for the Arts.
Elsa, Alfield, Yenenga, you are all amazing women, and any prince would be lucky to make you his princess.
Excuse me? I'm already a princess. I don't need a man to make me one, thank you.
Sorry. You are all amazing princesses, and any prince would be lucky to have you as his bride. Is that better?
Yes, thank you.
I believe love is an open door, and that Elsa is on the other side of it. Elsa, will you please accept my last rose?
Oh, I used to tell myself, conceal, don't feel. But yes, Prince Charming, I will accept your rose.
Alfield, Inenga, I'm sorry, but that means you are
Rejected princesses!
That's right, rejected princesses. Now, audience, we're gonna play a game. I'm gonna ask some questions, and you can just throw some answers at me, and it'll be great. Sound good? Yeah, okay, there you go, thank you. All right, whose hair is black as night and skin white as snow?
Well, there you go.
Next one. Oh, narcoleptic princess takes an epic nap only to be awakened by the kiss of a prince. Aurora, there you go, someone knows her name. Let's see, let's do one more. Oh, this beauty had extremely long hair. Brushing it must have been a nightmare. Rapunzel, very good, audience. Snow White, Aurora, Rapunzel. Names little girls grow up knowing, and for what? Eating food from strangers and cleaning up after a bunch of little dwarves? Sleeping a lot? Having long hair? I mean, if this is the criteria for being a princess, then most of the teenage girls here today would be one. And I myself might be queen, but what about the rejected princesses? Real women throughout folklore, literature, and history who are far more interesting than the conventional princesses that we hear about today. Well, today, we forget the Disney cartoons and take a look into the lives of fearless, inspiring women from the world over. Our first stop is 5th century Denmark and Princess Alfield.
Journey back with me to the 5th century in the land controlled by the Keats, a northern Germanic tribe occupying the southern part of Sweden. King Sigvard ruled the land. Oh, I think I hear him now.
That's it. I've had enough. Dear, it's about to happen. No. I am king. These things do not happen to a king.
Alfield is very beautiful. Men were bound to notice at some point.
They whistle when you walk by.
Whistle!
That's it. Alfield!
Yes, father?
I need you to cover your face right now.
What's wrong? Is something in my face?
Nothing's wrong. You're far too beautiful to show me your face.
Don't you think you're being a bit drastic?
Drastic? I'll show you drastic. I need you to build me a tower. A huge tower. Alfield, you're gonna live in a tower.
And let me guess, I'm going to have to let my hair down, and only mother can climb up my hair in order to see me.
You're being ridiculous. Of course not. Your mother doesn't have the upper body strength for that. No, honestly, your other wife doesn't know after you're born.
I have not.
I'll have 100 guards protect you at all times. And bonus, I'll give you a couple pets every girl would love to have. A puppy? No. A kitten? No. A pony? No. Snakes!
Excuse me?
A viper and a boa. They'll come to you everywhere you go.
But I don't want to.
Yes, you do.
Actually,
King Saigar. I've just completed Danish Ninja Warrior, and I hear that Princess Alfield's a hottie. We have a lot in common. We're both children of kings, incredibly good-looking, and we basically have the same name. So, here the plan goes. I'll stealthily approach the tower in the middle of the night. I have these darts. Pew, 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 pew. That'll make the guards go to sleep for at least 8 hours. And then I'll scale the tower, which really can't be much harder than the Great Wall obstacle. Where I'll see Alfhild. I'll whip my hides around to distract the boa and viper, which I believe is just another way to say a dangerous snake. But I digress into a frenzy. At that point, I will kill the viper and boa with my spear, like so. Alfhild will be so impressed with me, she'll jump at the chance to marry a handsome stud such as myself. Shh. Don't let them know I'm coming.
Now, it seems rather preposterous that Prince could do, as he actually planned. But he did. What he didn't expect was the following.
Prince Alf, please put some clothes on. This is all very distracting.
I'm here to marry your daughter. This is a challenge, and I want my reward.
Well, you see, I can't make decisions for my daughter.
That's a first.
Princess Alf will be choosing from whomever she wishes. They may not give my permission unless they complete the task, which is so bravely done.
Obviously, my sneaking past the guards, breaking into a room in the middle of the night, and killing your pets is a surefire way into her heart, right?
Alpha, what do you say?
Really? Where do men come up with these things?
Phil, he is very handsome. Your father used to look like that. Before he let himself go.
Mom, not helping.
Let's break our fast and let Alpha deliberate. Prince Alf, this way. Can't wait to show you my man cave.
Oh, cool, you got your pets on tights.
Phil, what will you decide? Will you marry this man or not?
I don't think I'm ready to settle down yet. I think I might need some alone time to think this through. Why don't you join Father while I spend the day in quiet contemplation? Marry this man. Bah! I choose Francie.
Her plan C is pretty much quickly changing her outfit, donning men's clothing, and run away to become a pirate. Yes, you heard me right, folks, a pirate. Over the next several years, she led an all-female band of pirates that hooted and plundered throughout the seas. Now, I will say, her disappearance didn't go unnoticed. Even Prince Alf went to go look for her, but he eventually gave up. Yes, so, this is her crew, and they grew more and more every day. And that made her reputation grew more.
Very good, ladies. Now then, there's a ship up ahead. Throw on your battle gear, sharpen your swords, and get ready to blow the man down. Now who's with me? Ahoy there!
Captain! We yield! I'm the first mate of this here ship and our captain is died. So great is your reputation I've come to join as your crew.
Well, I haven't commanded men before. Why not?
I see shallow waters ahead. There's also a rip in the tide too. I can't point out where though. Now, Princess Alfhild and her band of buccaneers caroused among the seas, defeating ships that came their way. One day, Prince Alf's ship fell with Alfhild's. Let's take it from there.
I grab you! And you!
Oh, yes. Someone should have told me like that. Oh! Could it be? I know this chin, those eyes, this mouth. Alfield, is that you?
It is I, Princess Alpha, the captain of this ship. How did you find me?
Well, I searched for you for years. I grew despondent and felt the only way to fill the void in my soul was to protect the kingdom from a pirate captain of great renown. You needed to be stopped. I made it my life's goal to do so. Now I see I don't need to fight with arms, but with hugs and kisses. Alfield, will you marry me?
While it may be rather stereotypical and sexist, I accept the proposal. I'm ready to get married and have kids.
Yo, a pirate's life for me. Oh, I'm sorry. I just really love pirate-themed stories.
Bonsoir, mes amis. Bienvenue. I was going to tell you all about Mary Mabbin. You know Harry? No? Quel dommage! She was, how do you say, an athlete, yes. When she was only 4 years old, she swam 4 kilometers, yes. By the time she was 31, she was considered to be the best female swimmer in all of France. Well, this is too complicated for me to explain. Let me bring her on stage with us, yes? Marie.
Yes, please. Good evening.
Marie, bonsoir. Shall we give the audience a multiple choice quiz about all of your athletic feats?
You know I love tests of all kinds. Okay, which of the following is not true? A, I was a circus performer. B, I have Olympic medals in skiing, ice skating, bobsledding, and luge. C, I'm an expert cyclist. I won the Tour de France in 1908. Or D, I won the Médaille d'Or for all sports at the French Academy of Sports in 1910.
Ho-ho! You see? I told you she was quite impressive. Now, how many of you guys do not think that she was a circus performer? Okay. What about the Médaille d'Or? Okay. The Olympic medals? Okay. What about the Tour de France?
Yes.
Ooh, well, this is tricky. Marie?
The fossil is actually C. I was not allowed to officially enter the Tour de France because I'm a woman.
Quelle croissant!
I did, however, unofficially finish 36 overall.
Ooh, Marie, I must ask you, what is the most interesting way you've ever traveled?
Ooh. I once sailed in a balloon from Paris to England, got caught in a terrible storm. I nearly died several times. I landed my balloon by crashing into a tree. I just brushed myself off and I was fine.
Marie, I've been studying about you for several years now, and I've compiled a short documentary about your life. Would it be okay if I shared it with these people?
Of course.
Thank you, Marie. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Johnson of Deja. Lights, please.
Marie Marie, the fiancée of Danger. Marie was interested in many sports, and particularly in aviation. Despite crashing many times, she was the third woman in the world to get a pilot's license. She joined the war effort and developed the first flying ambulances during World War I, garnering her the nickname the Flying Florence Nightingale. She spent several weeks in disguise as a foot soldier at the front, carrying through troops, helping with evacuations, and helping with surgery. She became the first female bomber in history flying missions over German territory. When she was 86, she biked from Nice to Paris, a 400-kilometer journey in the middle of winter just for fun. She was known as the most extraordinary woman since Joan of Arc, and she is still regarded as one of the most influential heroines of France.
Quite exhausting to relive so much.
Mary, thank you for allowing me to share your story with the audience. Mise à moi à bien notes.
It's the third week of the new moon in the year 1108. Today will forever be remembered by the Dongba as a day of victory for our tribe. Our fiercest warriors conquered our enemies. Let's give a hand to our fiercest leader, my daughter, Princess Inenga.
Everyone, it was my duty and my privilege to serve my tribe and my father.
Inenga, the kingdom is pumped with grains and treasures from the rains. Every man is asked for your hand in marriage.
Well, father, there was this boy.
A boy? You cannot marry a boy. You must marry a suitable match.
But I really like him and...
Attention, if you'd like to marry Inenga, please form a line here. Too tall, too short, too hairy, too bald, you were already here.
Father, this is ridiculous. You cannot choose a partner for me. I must be able to decide on my own.
Father knows best, dear.
Father knows best my foot. I know what I would do. I will plant a field of okra. Now all I do is wait. Oh, Father,
Yes, my dear Inenga.
do you see my field of okra?
Why, Inenga? There's nothing here but rotting vegetables.
This is what you are doing to me. All I want is to settle down and marry. Just want to hear a child laugh, but I'm withering on the vine.
I do understand your distress, my dear, but let's go home and talk about this. Yes, yes, what a lovely walk. So good to be home. Now, Inenga, please go to your room. I'm so sorry to have to lock you in your room, Inenga. You see, I don't think you understand anything about the real world. I'll make sure food's brought to you. Love you, honey.
Dad, are you kidding me? Sure, lock your daughter up in her room so that she can't get married. You don't even know who you're dealing with. I'm taking my horse and leaving Dagomba.
Inenga rode for weeks after leaving Dagomba. She eventually came across a solitary elephant hunter named Riale. Seeing Inenga and assuming her to be a man, Riale invited her to stay in his hut.
I tracked the herd of elephants here yesterday, and I've been waiting for them to come back for water.
Let's pass the time by telling stories.
Once there was a prince whose father had been killed by his youngest son. The tribe was in turmoil, and the eldest son had a choice. Avenge his father's death, and in doing so, kill his only beloved brother, or flee in the middle of the night and hope no one would follow him.
That sounds awful. What does the son choose to do?
What would you have done?
I love my father more than anything, but I understand that family is never perfect. And while I know people make mistakes, I don't think I could shed the blood of my brother. I would leave my tribe and try to create a life of my own.
And that's exactly what the brother did. Now it is your turn.
I think I see the elephants coming. Let's hurry.
They hunted together for several months, always sharing their spoils and stories. One day, Yanenga's disguise failed her, and the truth came out. What was unexpected, as it was not just Yanenga's truth that was exposed.
Why have you been masquerading as a man for all these months?
You remember your story about the prince who ran away to avoid killing his brother? I ran away for a similar reason. I didn't have to kill someone, but I felt like my soul was being killed by my father. He tried to control every facet of my life, and I just couldn't take it any longer.
What is your real name?
Yanenga.
Yanenga? The princess of the Dagomba?
Yes.
I am Riale, the prince of the Mande. The story I told you is my own. I fled my people in order to avoid fratricide. I have been hiding and living off the land in order to figure out my destiny. It seems that my destiny was dressed as a man.
Hey, I'm sorry for deceiving you. I understand if you need to leave.
I need you to stay with me forever as my wife, if you'll have me.
You should know that my father would not let me marry or have children. It's all I've ever wanted.
Your dream and my dream shall be as one.
Riale and Yanenga had a son named Wadrago, Stalin, and upon his 17th birthday decided to return to Dagomba to meet his grandfather. Yanenga was afraid that her father would still be angry with her, or, worse yet, not remember her. But when they saw each other, it was like no time at all had passed.
My dearest daughter Yanenga, I am so sorry for trying to tame your spirit. You have twice blessed me, but returning home and adding to our family? Son, you are welcome. Grandson, you must rise and live up to your name. I'm growing old and the sun is starting to set on my days of rule. I will teach you 1,003 things that every ruler knows. The first 1,000, they're in the manual. But the last here are the most important. First, you must see beauties where others see unpleasantries. Second, you must wake up in the morning and do what you cannot do. Third, you must give free rein to your dreams, for our dreams guide our past, present, and future.
Wadrago founded the first Mossi kingdom in what is modern-day Burkina Faso, and his son started many more tribes that all recognized Yanenga as a common ancestor. In many ways, her dream of having a large family finally came to fruition.
Oh, I come from a land, from a faraway place, where the caravan camels roll, where it's flat and immense, and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home. When the wind's from the east and the sun's from the west and the sand in the glass is right, come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet and fly to another Arabian night.
Arabian nights, like Arabian days, more often than not, are hotter than hot in a lot of good ways. Arabian nights, deep Arabian moods, a fool off his guard could fall and fall hard out there on the dunes. Arabian nights, like Arabian days, more often than not, are hotter than hot in a lot of good ways. Arabian nights, neath Arabian moods, a fool off his guard could fall and fall hard out there on the dunes.
Hello, good evening to you all, my worthy friends. Now, before we get started, let's give one more round of applause to all my wonderful genie babies, huh? You know, it's so fast. I taught them everything they know. Now, where was I? The story I have for you is taken from Scheherazada's 1001 Nights. It is the story of Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. The hero of our story is not Ali Baba. In fact, it is a servant girl named Mariana. Ali Baba was a poor woodsman, and one day, while chopping firewood, he stumbled across a secret cave and overheard 40 thieves saying the words, "Open Sesame," and the cave entrance flew open. When the thieves left, he tried the words, and to his astonishment, the cave entrance opened. It was filled with gold, and he decided to take a little bag for himself.
Roger. Oh, here, Roger. Alright, please follow your scale.
Do you need to weigh kindling you have found?
No. It's much more than wood. Look what I found today.
Ali Baba, did someone drop this?
Nope. I happened upon a cave filled with gold and over every group of men say a secret password. I tried it when we left.
You must not tell anyone besides me about the cave. Now, where's the cave? And what was that password?
Ali Baba trusted his other brother Kasim and answered his questions. So Kasim snuck off in the middle of the night and was overcome by greed upon entering the cave. He attempted to take too much gold and was caught and killed by the 40 thieves.
No!
Ali Baba stole his brother's body and the gold he had attempted to take, thereby angering the 40 thieves.
Men! We have an enemy you must rout out. Mustafa! Come a little closer, friend. Go find where the enemy resides and we'll pay him a visit on the morrow.
As you command.
The thief managed to track Ali Baba to his brother's residence and decided to place a marker on the door so the thieves would know where to come during the following night. It was a good plan, but it was ruined by an observant servant of the house.
That man means mischief. What means this mark? It must be an omen for naught. I know. I will make the same mark on every other door so he can't find the location of his mark.
Mariana went through the streets marking every door she saw so the man would not be able to find his mark. When the thieves arrived in the street, confusion grew, and the leader was furious with Mustafa.
What means this?
I don't understand what happened. I only marked one door.
Oh yes, I only marked one door. And then how did we get into this conundrum? Here, my banners to my side, go! Everyone else, turn back to the cave and reevaluate our plans.
The thieves sent out another tracker to find Ali Baba. The person managed to track Ali Baba to the same residence, and instead of placing a marker on the door, he decided to carve a notch into it. Once again, Mariana witnessed this and decided to carve notches into every door in the nearby vicinity. When the thieves arrived the following day, they could not find Ali Baba's house. The leader of the thieves banished the tracker and decided he would find Ali Baba's house on his own.
Clearly, I must investigate on my own. Come a little closer, friends. You will go back to the cave and await my return. I will find the correct house. We will seek proper vengeance.
The leader of the thieves found the correct house, and instead of placing a marker on it, he decided to commit it to memory. Mariana knew he was lurking around, and she kept watch for his return.
Men, come! Faster! I found the correct house. We shall masquerade as a merchant with his wares. We will fill one container with oil to show the merchandise, and the rest will be stuffed with lead. Well, there's 2 of you. We will gain entrance into the house and reclaim what's ours and safely ensconced.
The men began to carry through this plan. The only thief not disguised was the leader. He approached Ali Baba's house under the guise of selling oil.
Hello. How may I help you?
I'm but a poor merchant. My family is starving, and the only way I can help them is by selling this oil. You can see how fine it is. Take a look. Go. May I interest you in buying some quantity for me, big or small?
Yes. I too know what it's like to be responsible for others. But my circumstances have left me of late. Would you like to come inside and we can negotiate a price?
Oh, that sounds most commendable. I humbly thank you. I know this man. This can't be good. What do we have here? Oil. Are these all filled with oil? There's men inside this basket. I would wager the rest of these baskets are filled with men as well. I must find the guards. These men can be not criminals.
The guards came at Mariana's behest and arrested all of the men in hiding. When the thieves' leader returned to find his men gone, he vowed to seek revenge on Ali Baba.
I'll get you yet!
Mariana was rewarded for her diligence in protecting Ali Baba and his family. She married Kasim's son and escaped the servant class. Ali Baba and his family were very happy until the thief returned years later pretending to be a prince. His appearance had changed, and no one had recognized him. No one except for Mariana.
Ah, yes. We shall throw a grand dinner for our guests. We are so, what's the word? Humbled to be graced by your presence. Please sit. My daughter-in-law shall entertain us. What means this? This hatred, death, thou a prince?
This is no prince. Remember the oil merchant? This is he.
It cannot be.
He has been planning to bring devastation on the family for years. I summoned the guards since I saw him, but I wanted to make sure he would not escape.
Mariana, we are so thankful to have you protecting us. Thank you.
And that is the story of how Mariana, a poor servant girl, saved her master 3 times, and as a reward, gained her freedom and was allowed to follow her heart.
I now pronounce you man and wife, and make his bride. I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Delafosse. are immense. Marcel and Jane Delphi are inseparable. In fact, Marcel is enlisting in the Franco-Prussian War. What a girl to do!
Why, pretend to be a man and fire alongside my husband, of course.
Jane, no one can know you're my wife. I know that not everyone should spend their honeymoon. At least we are together.
Thankfully, the war ended soon. They could return home to Toulouse. They had longed for adventure, but not of the military kind. They had planned a trip to Persia, and they thought it would be the safest if Jane remained incognito, since women were seen as inferior by many. And to say this trip was grueling is an insult to gruel.
Marcel, we've been traveling for 2 years. We have slept on rocks, battled fevers, gone through more weather conditions than United States postal workers. You think we can pull over and ask for directions?
Susa's so close. I just know it. Oh. Hopefully, when we get there, so we deal with the lives probably been having.
You're like monkeys picking at the nit.
And I love you for that.
And I love you. Marcel, is that a mirage in front of me? Is that Susa?
Susa, the seat of so many great ancient civilizations. We can finally prove that Westerner, those great types of Eastern, are found here.
Well, let's grab some tools and start digging.
This is how Marcel and Jane pioneered many modern archaeological techniques. They even unearthed a massive ruin.
Jane, look at this massive ruin!
Called the Lion Graves. Along with many ancient urns, lamps, and coins. They even had to hire a security team to keep all of their findings safe.
Marcel, we need to take our findings back to France. Let's camp out the site to make sure they're safe.
You're right. You should sleep in shifts. You take the first shift. Sleep well, my love.
When they had returned to France, Jane relinquished her masculine attire and became an instant celebrity. Marcel received some accolades too, but to a lesser extent.
Jane, hurry up. We're going to be late for the Legion of Honor. It's not every day one has a cross bestowed upon him.
I'm finishing up the interview and photo shoot. Just a minute.
Jane was celebrated for her short hair and masculine attire, so much so that she never wore feminine clothing ever again. She was a fashion icon and a literary novelist. She was one of the founders of the Prix Féminin, which is a literary prize awarded by women. She and Marcel had continued on their archaeological digs in Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. Unfortunately, it was on one of their digs where Jane contracted dysentery and died in Marcel's living arms. They were married for 45 years.
Good evening to you all. Now picture this. 1777, New York. The British strut around in their red coats, terrorizing the founding fathers of our young country. Now on a dark, stormy night, an army of British soldiers came to attack the American rebels, and one person who was courageous and brave won the American colonists of the vast approaching British. Now, does anybody have any idea of whom I might be talking about? Some people think so, but not quite. Watch and learn.
Dad! Ichabod Crossan and his men are only 2 fields over! One of the strangers have tried to capture you! Dad! Dad? Oh, this will never do. Oh, I know! Susan, Jonathan, Alexander, George, Susanna, Mary, Wallace! It's not right now! Come down here!
Now, civil siblings were used to being awoken by their big sister, but never in the middle of the night, as they groggily snuggled awake, they were each given a candle in order to march in a line in front of the window.
Come on, George! Hold your candle up so you can be seen! That's right! Susanna, you too! Come on, everyone! March! 1, 2, 3, 4! 1, 2, 3, 4! Say it with me now! 1, 2, 3, 4! 1, 2, 3, 4! And salute! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Now they continued this march until Ichabod Crossan and his men surrounded Bluddenton home. When Ichabod saw what he thought was a marching militia that was about to attack his men, he and his men retreated, leaving Colonel Ludington safely ensconced in his bed.
The Redcoats are leaving! Good job, everyone! Now bring me your candles and get back to
tarnation is going on here? Do you have any idea what time it is?
Really, Dad? You're just giving up now?
Now, Sybil saved her father and her family that evening, but what she did a few months later, however, was even more impressive.
We have 2 militias east of the Hudson. We need to get forward to Lawrence to the north for the impending battle.
Colonel Washington, I have an urgent message for you. Danville's just been taken by the British. You need to rouse the men.
Let's go to their homes.
Colonel, I did everything I could to find you. These woods are treacherous and I do not know my way around them. You'll have to go.
I cannot leave. I need to plan a defense. I need to organize our army and try to figure out a plan of attack. Can no one know?
Father, I know where many of the soldiers live. Star and I ride through the town delivering eggs nearly every day.
So it's the middle of the night.
I'm quite aware of the time, Father.
There are bandits encamped in the woods.
Then I shall take a stick and wield it forcefully if it comes to it.
Sir, the men must be roused. I've been on horseback these past 10 hours, so I'm afraid I cannot accompany Miss Lovington on her journey. But I feel she must go.
You are not permitted to feel anything about what my daughter must and must not do. That's quite out of line.
Father, he meant no disrespect. This is war, and the likelihood of something catastrophic happening if I do not go is much greater than my desire to stay safely put under the fire. I shall saddle Star and go immediately.
Much to her father's dismay, Sybil shrugged on her boots.
Who should I go to first? The Smiths or the Jones?
And then her coat, and began her journey, knocking on the homes of the soldiers. When she traveled through the forest, however, she was accosted by a skinner who tried knocking her off. True to her word, she wielded her stick very forcefully and knocked him off his feet.
Come on, Saul, you can do this!
That night, Sybil rode an impressive 40 miles within 3 hours, and when dawn approached, Colonel Lovington had a full army ready to go, and Sybil was able to take a well-deserved rest, knowing that the fate of her country was safe.
Paul, you should take some credit too. You helped rouse the soldiers and let them know the British were coming as well.
Sybil, I rode all 12 miles on the well-worn streets.
Still, that's really impressive.
I was, caught by British loyalists in the end.
True. Well, at least you tried.
I don't know why my name has gone down in history when a 16-year-old has completed a far more impressive feat. Don't forget Sybil Lovington. You may very well have her freedom because of her.
You
about them. We need to establish a political structure. We can't school with an iron fist.
Can you believe he's my grandson? I can't believe he's my grandson. Now, you and all your parents, good on! Did you forget how I rule?
Oh, sorry, great grandfather. It's one rule between king and son, you know?
Yes, you and all your excuses. Now we go! While they've been working for over 30 years on the best rule, meanwhile, they are losing strength and my honesty is starting to break! Luckily for Kaidu, his daughter Kulium ended up being his right-hand man.
Father, I brought back 5 enemies to you. I was on my morning ride and was able to sneak up on them.
Thank you, Kunoan.
What are the 2 of them the enemies that I brought back, and the other 12 are wrestling.
Again.
Now then, I should mention that wrestling in Mongolia is very different than what any of you might know. Yes. There's no matchup like before or sizes. No. I can wrestle you, or you, even you. Be careful, you watch out. Even you look back, even. Oh my, you're kind of strong. Maybe next time. Yes. And Kulu grew up 14 brothers and emasculated them all by defeating them wrestling. I'm so proud of her.
Kunoan, you know we appreciate all you have done for our family, but we're getting older. You need to have children and get married before it's too late.
Father, I will marry any man who can beat me in a wrestling match. But if he loses, he owes me 100 horses.
Did you hear that? 100 horses for losing. She takes after me. She's so smart.
I shall make a note throughout the Empire.
Yes, and men from all over the Empire came to challenge Kulu. Was that a man you just saw? Shameful.
Kunoan, you now have 10,000 horses. You really need to marry. There is a man, quite attractive and rich, who's betting 1,000 horses that he can beat you. Your mother and I like him, and we think he is a good man. Please just throw the match and marry him.
Bring him in.
Oh my, he is quite attractive, I must say.
Kunoan, this is the man I was telling you about.
1,000 horses? Well, are you ready?
You may leave your horses in your stables. Kunoan, there is no more room. The people are starting to talk about you. I am sick and will not live. I want to make you calm, but it will be difficult if you are unwed.
Well, in the end, Kulu married, but was never to be interested. Kaidu attempted to start harassing this time. However, her brothers will not accept the woman's rule. Can you believe that? They lost and they still can't accept it. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Yes, however, an interesting fact does remain because of Kulu. Even now, the traditional wrestling outfit has an open chest to reveal that the wrestler is not a woman, in deference to the undefeated Kulu. Now, I leave you all with my favorite saying.